Hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can build a complete real estate buyer qualification automation using VAPI and Make.com. Most growing businesses face the same challenges: high volume of calls or leads with inconsistent follow-ups, manual data entry that wastes time, and repetitive conversations that drain your team. Imagine this: a potential buyer calls your real estate business at 10:30 p.m. and no one is available. But instead of voicemail or silence, a professional AI assistant answers instantly, engages the caller with warmth, and collects essential details like property preferences, budget, and location, and records everything for your team in a good Google Sheets to store and follow up for the next day. This automation allows a virtual AI assistant to conduct a buyer qualification calls 24/7, gather a structured, detailed data, and push them to a Google Sheets instantly. Now I will show you how it works with a quick demo before diving into how it actually works. I'll initiate a quick call so you can see how it works. So this is our VAPI and this is my assistant. I will create a quick call.
Hello. Thank you for calling GrowStacks Automations. I'd be happy to assist you with your property search today. May I have your name, please?
Yes, it's Isha Malik.
Thank you, Isha. Could you please tell me what type of property you are planning to buy? Is it a single-family home, townhouse, condo, or something else?
It's a single family house.
Great. How many bedrooms and bathrooms are you looking for in the single-family home?
I'm looking for 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom.
Thank you. What's the preferred location or area you have in mind for this single-family home?
I would like my preferred location to be Indore, but I'm open to suggestions.
Got it. Would you like to specify a budget range or square footage preference for the property?
I don't have any budget range right now.
No problem. Just to confirm, you're looking for a single-family home with 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom in Indore, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Perfect. Someone from our team will reach out shortly to assist you further. Thanks again for calling, Aisha. Have a great day. I'll now end the call. I'm glad I could help you today. Have a great day.
As you can see, the call is ended and I will go to my response Google Sheets so that you can see. And this is my Google Sheets and you can see that I have my name, I have my property type, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, preferred location. Since I did not specify a budget range, it noted as that, it is noted, and the square foot preferences is also not defined. So the end reason, summary, transcript, Google Doc link, everything is generated very smoothly. This data stored in Google Sheets will help your real estate business identify the actual intent and the qualification of the real estate buyers. And with this information, they can follow them up with the correct details and their preferences the next day. Now that you know how this automation can be very beneficial for your business, let's dive in on how you can build it together. I'll show you every step in a single way so you can build it along with me. So first and foremost, we'll be seeing what tools we are using. So firstly, we are using Make.com, that is a no-code or a low-code platform that is used to integrate the apps. Then next, we are using a VAPI.com website that is used for building the voice assistants and handling the phone calls. VAPI is also used for transcribing the calls and then triggering the Make webhook. Then we are using a Twilio platform that is basically a platform that is used to integrate a phone numbers to the assistant. And then the last, we are using Google Sheets to store the data and the call details in a very structured way for your team to follow up. These are the tools that we are using to create this scenario. Now I will show you how you can log in and get into all these tools one by one. So you can just go to vapi.ai and this is the page that you will get. If you're a new user, you can sign up from this option, and since I'm an existing user, I'll just open the dashboard. As you can see, my dashboard is all opened. We have a lot of UI preferences here. We have assistants, workflows, phone numbers, tools, and files. So I'll just show you how you can create a first assistant. You can go and click on create assistant here. You can select any of these templates as they are pre-made in VAPI for your support. So it's a customer support specialist, lead qualification, and information collector. So right now we are building an information collector. So I'll just go here and create assistant. We can provide a name, and if we don't, it will give a generic name. We can rename the assistant from here. So I'll just give it a name as test, and I will, all those changes that you make on the VAPI, you have to publish to save. So as you can see, the assistant is updated, and in this particular area, you have to provide a system prompt so that VAPI is understanding what the user is trying to do. So this is a template assistant, and this is my assistant home helper that I've created, and I've provided a system prompt as such. So you can see the whole system has consisting of a particular prompting in step-by-step way. You can inform the assistant on how to interact with the user by providing instructions and clear steps so that they can begin and end the conversation smoothly. Now I will show you Twilio. As you can see, this is the landing page for Twilio. You can just go here and log in. If you don't have an account, you can sign up. Since I already have an account, I'll just select that account and continue, and I will open a dashboard for me. It is asking me for a 6-digit code to verify my identity. I will do that and get back. When I click on continue, it is landing me to a dashboard page, that is the console. And as you can see, this is the account dashboard where you can manage and buy phone numbers, and you have your account ID, Twilio phone number, and SID, an auth token. These are all the things that you need for integration, and I will show you that how you can do that in the next steps. You can copy these account SIDs and account tokens in your VAPI in the phone numbers option. You can create a phone number and then you can import it from Twilio. So you can add your number here, you can add account SID, account auth token, and then import the Twilio number. So this is the number I've already imported through Twilio, and you can just click on this assistant, and whichever assistant that you want the number to be connected with, you can just select that assistant, and that assistant will be answering whenever you call this number. And if you don't have a number on Twilio, you can just go ahead in phone numbers and you can buy a number. In manage and buy a number. So you can buy a number for a country and you can select. It is for very cheap, it's just for $1.15, and you can just buy it from here and then import it on VAPI. Now I will show you how you can set up a make scenario. So this is make.com, and you can see this is the landing page of make.com. You can just log in, and I'm already logged in, and then after you log in, you can select the organization and create your scenario from there. So as you can see, this is my dashboard for make. You can go ahead in scenarios and you can click on this purple button, create a new scenario. So you can click and a new scenario will be created. You can name your scenario as per you want, and this is the first page that you will see. So you can just start creating your scenario from here. Since I've already created, I will show you my home helper. This is the scenario that I've created for this particular automation, and I will guide you step by step on how I've created that. Before that, jumping back into VAPI, this is the particular assistant that I've created, home helper. You can just name whatever you want, and in the voice you can select VAPI or 11 Labs as the voice. 11 Labs is a very good option for voice as it provides multilingual and different kinds of voices. So in my demo video, I have used the VAPI Elliot as the voice, and this is the tools. We can add multiple functionality in the make.com scenarios where we can create tools that can trigger during or in between the calls. And this is the summary. If you can provide a quick summary that you are an expert note taker, you will be giving the transcript of the call, summarize the call in 2 or 3 sentences. So this option will summarize your call and it will create a summary of the call that happened with the user and the AI. And all this data is cached in the make scenario in the server URL. So as you can see, you can just go ahead in the make.com, you can click here, you can select the modules that you want. So for right now, I'm selecting VAPI as my module, and you can just select on watch end of call report. So whenever what it does is, whenever a call is ended, it will trigger and it will watch every transcript of the call. So it will get the details like call transcript, call summary, and all of those things. So this is the module that I've selected. I'll just delete this, and you can see it will create a webhook. So I have selected my home helper webhook. You can just go ahead, add your webhook and just save. So your webhook URL will be generated like this. This purple webhook URL is generated. So you can just copy address to clipboard. When you do this, you have copied this particular URL, and you can go ahead in your VAPI assistant under the messaging option, you have the server URL option, and you can go ahead and paste that here. And then after pasting, you can publish it. So the changes are saved. Coming back to our assistant, this is the option where you can go so that you can see the behavior of your assistant. And this is the first message that it will say on the call. As you can see, my assistant was saying, hello, thank you for calling Gross Tax Automations. I'll be happy assisting you with your property search today. You can change it and customize it as per your business requirement. And in this system prompt, you can provide it with clear instructions as how they can behave. So as you can see, I have created this prompt. This is the assistant prompt that I've created. I have given that you are a warm and professional AI assistant. When a caller contacts you, your goal is to engage them in a brief, friendly conversation and gather key details about the type of property they are looking to buy. So I have basically provided the objective, I've provided the tone, and I've also provided the things that he or she needs to collect from the user. And it will also recap the details and end it with a polite closing. Perfect. Someone from our team will reach you shortly to assist you further. Thanks again for calling. So this will mark the end of the call. And this is the whole prompt that I've given. So I've also provided the questions that I want my assistant to answer. I want my assistant to question to the user. So that's it. That's all you need to configure the basic information collector home helper assistant. And you can just go here, talk to assistant, and you can just trigger your webhook scenario. So whenever you click on talk to assistant, as I showed you in the demo call, it will create a call with the assistant and you can talk to that assistant. And in this advanced option that you have provided the server URL, this particular make webhook, make scenario will be triggered. Now I will come back to my make.com to show you how every module is configured, step by step. So firstly, there is the end of call report, which I just showed you, that you can just go here and click on this webhook and you can paste that in the vapi.com. Next, you can add a module by clicking here and you can add a delay of 2 seconds. I've added this so that the functionality of this is smooth and running. And then I have created a chat GPT module. So you can just click here. You can add chat GPT. As you can see, OpenAI module. You can click on create a completion GPT and text. So what it does is it provides a chat GPT assistant kind of, and it will create a JSON structure for us. So in this, I have given it a prompt. You can select the method as create a chat completion, and you can select a model in this drop down. We use GPT-4o mini system, and you can use any model you want, but GPT-4o mini system is cheap and it's very affordable. And now you can select the role as user or assistant. So for right now, in this scenario, we need the role to be as user. And in the text content, we have provided a prompt again so that it matches the data and it is outputting the data in a particular form. I have given this as a prompt, so the transcript is coming from the first module in the output, as you can see, and when a call, I'll show you the output. This is the output. So you get the type, ended reason, call, recording URL, summary, everything when you run this once. As you can see, all these things are coming, and this is the transcript. So when a call is made, the system will analyze the transcript and extract key information. So I have given it a transcript and I have provided instructions to give it a JSON format. So extracted JSON output. Name should be like this: type, location, bedrooms, bathrooms, budget range, and square footage. So I have also given the explanation. What type captures, what location extracts, and what the bedroom records. So bedroom records the number of bedrooms specified by the caller, which is 3. Bathroom records the number of bathrooms specified by the caller, and by analyzing this particular transcript that we have given, it will be dynamic and it will change on every call. So whatever the conversation is, for example, in the last run, I have this particular AI, hello, thank you for calling. It contains the whole transcript of that call, and it will be passed on to this GPT. So by analyzing that transcript, it will generate this JSON structure so that you can map it in the next columns. You can skip the image input type, and in the response format, you have to select JSON object because you have provided the instructions to output the structure as JSON. So you just have to select the response format in a JSON so that it is outputting the response in a JSON format. And rest everything should be as default as it is, and you can just go ahead and save this module. Now as you can see, I have created a Google Sheets like this. You can also create a response sheet or whatever sheet that you want your data to be stored in, and you can name the columns as name, phone number, property type, everything, every information that you want to be collected. So I have given these headers: name of bedrooms, number of bedrooms, preferred location, call ID, ended reason. These are all the things that are coming from the from the VAPI output. Now in my scenario, I will click on new modules. I will go to Google Sheets. As you can see, there is a module for Google Sheets. I will click on search rows because I want to search row that if a call is already existing, it should not create a duplicate contact, or it should not create a duplicate entry for the same call. So here I am using my connection for the admin Google connection. You can just go ahead, add the connection, sign in with Google, and when you sign in with Google, it will just create a connection that you can name. You should name the connections uniquely so that you can identify them later. It's the best practice. And in the search method, you are using the select from my drive, and it is the spreadsheet ID. So right now, since it's coming from my drive, I can select any spreadsheets that are in my IDs. So I have selected the home helper response sheet. These are all the sheets that are stored in my drive. If you don't want to do that, you can just click on this map toggle button and you can map the ID. So this, after the D, there is this particular ID in the URL. So you can just copy this ID and paste that here in the make. So this is your spreadsheet ID. For now, we'll just toggle the button off. You can select the sheet. In this is the sheet 1 that we have selected, and we have selected the sheet name as sheet 1. You will get a drop down. As I only have one sheet, it is showing one sheet only, and you just this data is all default, and I have created and added a filter that call ID should contain recording URL. Since for every call there is a new and unique recording URL, we are mapping the recording URL and we are selecting the operator as contains in case insensitive. So call ID is the column name in the Google Sheets, and we are selecting the text operator as contains, and recording URL is mapped from this particular VAPI, watch end of call report module. So that is, you can just click here and it is mapped. I'll just delete it, and yeah, the limit is 1, so that it creates only searches for only one record. Now I'll just save it, and then I've created a filter. Check the duplicacy. Total number of bundles should be equal to 0. Now I've created a Google Sheets again. I have added a module for add a row. So this was search rows. Now I've added a module for add a row. Now we will do similarly for search method, drive and spreadsheet ID. Spreadsheet ID will be the same sheet, or you can just map it, and the sheet name to be coming from the sheet 1. And in the values, now you will just go here, and as you have created your Google Sheet, the number of columns and the name of the columns will be displayed in this scenario. So you will get the caller name, and you can store result name. So basically the caller's name is analyzed by the ChatGPT module and is returned in this sort of an JSON. So you can just map different values. I can map name, I can map the type, I can map the budget, and I can map all these things. So now in this caller name field, I will map the name. In the phone number, we'll be left as empty because right now we're just doing it for the UI call, and if you want to integrate your number, so you can just create a phone number column as it is created here, and you can just map the phone number. Right now we are not getting a phone number in the output, as we are not calling from a real number, we are just calling from the user interface. That is, you are just clicking on this button, so there is no phone number coming. If you make the call by this number, you will get a phone number in the customer number column. So you can just map that here, and in the next you have a property type, so you can just map result type, and in the number of bedrooms you can just select from the JSON. You are getting name, type, budget, bedrooms, location, and bathrooms, and square footage. So these are the fields that will be extracted by the ChatGPT module by analyzing the transcript of the call. In the number of bathrooms, you will select bathrooms. In the number of in the preferred location, you will select as location. In the budget range and square footage preference, we have just kept those as optional. So in this, it is not coming in the output because we did not provide it, so it will be left as empty. As you can see in the Google Sheets also, the recording URL column will contain the recording URL that is coming from the VAPI 14th module, watch end of call report. So recording URL will be mapped here. The ended reason, that is if the customer ended call or the assistant ended call, so you can just map that here. And summary, a brief summary, as I demonstrated you in the VAPI dashboard, it is a short summary that is created. The call was very brief, a representative, everything that is a very short summary is created. So we are mapping the summary here, and in the next, transcript is coming. So this is the transcript, so that the real estate person or whatever person is checking the call logs can read the whole transcript and understand what the conversation was all about. And also, if he wants, he can listen to the recording URL by going there. That's it for this particular module. I will just save these changes. Now I have checked that if the caller is existing by filtering out the call ID, and I've also updated the caller requirements. Now what I want to do is I want to create a document from a template. I have created a template, I'll just show you. And in the search of document already exists, I will create a module for search rows. So I will create a module. I will add Google Sheets in the module name, and I will add search rows as the module. So similarly, these all things will be configured. Method will be select from my drive, spreadsheet ID, sheet name, and table contains headers. Now we are applying a filter that the Google Doc link does not exist, because we are doing this because the Google Doc link should not exist. That means it should not be already created. The document should not be previously made. So it will be generating a new document every time for every run. So document should be basic operators does not exist, and we will apply a conditional filter, that is and, a logical operator. You can just add and on or here like this. I'll just cross it, and you can add or also. So now we will add a and operator, and we will select the caller name in the Google Sheets, and we will select an operator as exists. And order by should be left empty, and sort order and limits are by default what they are. Limit should be 1 because we are returning one value. And now we will save it. Now for the document creation, I will just go to the Google Docs. I'll type Google Docs here. I'll log in from my Google account, and I will create a template. In this template, you can see we have added the client lead information as the heading. You can make the template according to your need, and you can add a variable. These are called variables that are enclosed under double curly braces. These are called variables. So you can map these variables, and they will be mapped with the dynamic data for every run. These are the property requirements. So the property requirements are also stored in a document, and this is the call summary, and this is the call recording and the transcript. So you can see this is the kind of template that I've created, and in this template all the information is extracted from the make scenario. What you can do is you can just go here in the link. After the D, you can select this whole option till the W8. So this is called the document ID of this particular Google Doc. You can copy it on your clipboard, and then you can go to your scenario, and after that you can select the module as Google Docs. I'll just show you Google Docs, and you just select create a document as a module. So you can just click on create a document. One second. Since we are creating a document from a template, I will just click on this, and I will create a document from a template. So as you can see, creates a copy of an existing template and replaces any tags. So the curly braces are basically tags or placeholders that are used to map or replace the values. So I'll just click on this, and I will connect it, and you can see all these things are coming. And now I will just create the connection as I told you in the Google connection, and in this create document from a template, I will click on by mapping, and you can just paste your ID here, and you can get the values. When you click on by mapping, you have to add the tag manually like this. Suppose you have ID as an option, so I will add this as ID or tag. This parameter already contains the delimiter, so the user does not have to write the tag with it. So suppose my document contains this caller name inside the double braces, So I just have to write caller name and I just have to paste it here, and you just have to type the replaced values. So the caller name placeholder will be replaced by the replaced value. Or you can do is that you can create this drop down. So you can select it from by drop down, and then you can select from my drive, and you can paste your document ID here. So my document ID is already this, as I showed you. I copied it on my clipboard, and you can just see that my document is like this. So after I figure out this document ID thing, the values will be displayed. As you can see, all the placeholders that I've added, the caller name, the current date, the call status, the property type, the bedrooms, bathrooms, preferred location, everything that I've created under the square curly braces is displayed here. So I can just map those accordingly. The caller name is coming from the module 9, that is search document, and you are just mapping the caller name. As you can see, John. This is a example run, so you can just map the caller name by dragging and dropping, or you can just click on it once. And then you are mapping the current date, that is format date now. So basically what it does is you can format the date of now. So now is an option in Make that you can add on to display the current date and time in the UTC format. So we are changing that UTC format into the DDMMYYYY format, so it is more readable. And format date is a function. So as you can see, it returns a date, and it is a function for returning a date into a specific format. In this case, it's a DDMMYYYY format. So how you can use this function is if I just type FORMAT capital DATE. This is because it's in camel case. So the first letter is small and the second letter of the word is capital. That's camel case. And I will just open the bracket. As you can see, I have opened the bracket, and it's the function that is activated. So I can just click on the curly braces, two curly braces. I can click on the now, and I can close these curly braces. So it will be a mapped function, that is a now. So it returns the current date and time. And then after, you can just click on the semicolon and type DD/MM/YY. So the whole thing is already done. I'll just remove it. Yeah. Okay. And now the ended reason, you can just click on the ended reason, the property type, the bedrooms, the number of bathrooms, everything is coming from the search document, search rows. You can map ended reason, property type, bedrooms, bathrooms, location, budget range, square footage, summary, recording URL, and transcript. All these things are mapped. So this does not have any image. If you want to have an image, you can just enter any example image in your document, and that will be replaced by the image that you want to input. So you can just click on title, and you can provide and enter a title that you want, suitable title for your requirement document. So I'm selecting this as caller name. I'm mapping this. So suppose if Isha is calling, so it will be named as Isha requirements document, and you can save it as my drive in the new location as my drive. And new document, you can provide a document location, that is home help VAPI test docs, and you can just go ahead and save it. So that's all for this particular module. Now coming on to the last module. Again, we are using a Google Sheets module, that is update a row. So I will be updating a new row. So I will be updating my already existing row. So row number will be mapped from row number from ninth module, and sheet name will be sheet 1 and spreadsheet ID will be the same as I've told in the previous modules. The caller name, everything will be left empty. We just want to update the Google Docs link that is being created from this particular module, that is 7th module, and we will be uploading a web view link here. As you can see, this is the create requirement document forum template that we just created. This will return a web view link here. Web view link contains the link of the document that is being created with the replaced values. So you can go ahead and click on this link and you will see the requirements will be updated in that link. And every other row will be left empty and you can just go ahead and save it. So in the last module, we are updating the row for watching the document link. After I've created all these modules, I will go ahead and I will click on the save button. So my scenario is saved, or you can just press Ctrl S or Windows S if you have MacBook. So you can just save the scenario. And after the saving, you can just click on run once. So the scenario will be activated and you can go ahead on the VAPI and in the assistance. You can go ahead in assistance and you can test your assistant, home helper, and you can talk to assistant. So after talking, you will know that your requirements and your call logging is going to this particular webhook or the VAPI module. So this particular automation or scenario will be triggered. I will also show you the document that I have created. So this was the entry that was created. Indore, not specified, call ID is coming for the recording URL, and this is the transcript and this is the Google Doc link. So one second. This is the Google Doc link. I will just open it so that you can see. This is the client lead information. So caller name Isha Malik, call date is this, and all these things are made into a proper document. If you want, this document can be mailed or sent via WhatsApp to anybody. This document is stored in your Google Drive, so if you want, you can share it with anyone that you want. And that's it for the Google Sheets. So now coming back to our scenario, when you save it, you can also turn this on. This is a scheduler that runs the schedule as per your requirement. I will click on this toggle button, I will switch it on and I will click on immediately and I'll save it. So whenever you don't have to manually go and run the scenario by this run once button, it will automatically be triggered when the new call is made. So that's how Home Helper, powered by VAPI and Make.com, handles real estate buyer qualification calls automatically, capturing structured data, storing it in Google Sheets, and even generating follow-up documents like this. And it saves up hours of manual effort and ensures that accurate lead collection. If you found this helpful or inspiring, be sure to check out more automation walkthroughs and tutorials inside our school community group. We are here to help you automate better and faster. Thank you so much for watching and happy building.